Hello all and welcome to another Kevin Entertainment Review. It's Art here with the book review for On His Majesty's Secret Service by Charlie Higgson, the James Bond adventure celebrating the coronation of King Charles II. This one is more akin to Rizzico, 007 in New York, Property of a Lady, Quantum of Solace. That it is a short story. It is a James Bond adventure. It is not a full-fledged book written by Charlie Higgson, the man who wrote the first 5 novels in the Young Bond series, that being Silverfin, Double or Die, Hurricane Gold, what's the red one? I forget what the red one is. And then By Royal Command is the 5th one that he wrote. So he is a veteran Bond author. Now, that being said, how was the story? Well, the story, being said it's a James Bond adventure, not a full-fledged, it's a short story, not a full-fledged book, it throws you right into it. There's an automatic timeline placed at the beginning. There are about 5 or 6 chapters in the book. And each chapter begins with the timeline like it's May 4th, 2 days before the coronation. March 27th, 65 days before the coronation. April 11th, 44 days before the coronation. And they take you to where he gets the assignment. They take you to what's going on. They take you to who, however it may be. The fact that it's a short story means there's not a lot of filler. Now, Charlie Higgson does do one negative thing that I find to be negative, and that is when he introduces something or introduces a setting, he's a little bit long in the tooth with the description, so the description pages go on and on and on, but the intensity is there. Bond's cold nature and his assassin nature, his elite spy level nature is there. His elite agent nature is there. Due to the time crunch, the clock is sped up. So you're basically being given the mission and then you're dropped into the mission. There is no time for him to really hunt for chicks or to, what's the word for it? To enjoy the finer things in the Bond lifestyle. It is a boom, 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 thunder punch, if you will, of a story. Now, there is another flaw in this, is that I think it's too expensive. It's $16.99 US dollars in hardback form, and it's $12.99 on Kindle. I think it should be more along the lines of $9.99 in hardback form, in like $4 or $5.99 in Kindle, because it is only 154 pages in total. That's it. It is shorter than Casino Royale by about 40 so pages. Or so pages. It is good. It does have a punch. It does end in what it is. I like that the MI6 and therefore James Bond 007 doesn't know where the attack on the coronation is coming, so he has to not only figure out who's doing the attack, which they kind of know that from the beginning, but they kind of don't. They don't know his strength, and I don't know how to say the character's name because it was written weird in the Kindle format, so I don't know how to say it. But I can say this. I like that they did it for King Charles II, because Charles II is a huge Bond fan. He has been seen on quite a few Bond sets as Prince Charles when his mother was alive, and now that he's King Charles II, it is a nice gesture for them to do the story for his coronation. It is an up-to-date Bond novel, or Bond story, so we finally get more up-to-date Bond stories, and not a period piece Bond story. I prefer the Bond in the now stories because I feel like Bond's period pieces have already been written by Ian Fleming, and no one can do them better. Anthony Horowitz does a wonderful job, but no one can do them better than Ian Fleming. I feel like Bond stories should be contemporary stories, because if there's any time in the world that we need James Bond, it is always in the now. And this story is quick hitting. This story is nicely paced. You'll read in about an afternoon. I'm not going to tell you the plot of the story. You know how I do this. I don't do that. But I will tell you that on short stories, I don't give full 5s out of 5s because I don't feel they're worthy of it. Plus, there's enough negatives in this to not give it a 5 out of 5. But a solid 4 out of 5 is what this is getting on the GoodReads scale. And it's getting a read it, own it, love it on my scale, because I did enjoy it immensely. It got me to pick up my Kindle again, got me out of my reading rut. I've been listening to audiobooks quite consistently, but as far as taking time out to read, this is a story that did it for me, and I'm going to continue to read and do that stuff. Now, I have been reading for the channel, but like, to read when I could do other things, that's what I mean by a reading rut. And this story got me to read even though I had other things to do. So that's a great thing. And that's the great thing about On His Majesty's Secret Service. I love the play on words because, as you know, Ian Fleming wrote the Bond novel on Her Majesty's Secret Service. The George Lazenby starred in the titular movie of the same name. A different plot, though, let me tell you. But I like how they tied them both in, and at least title-wise, and made them kind of the same, similar but different, as I like to say. It was a very, very good Bond novel. Our Bond adventure, it throws you into the deep end with the Bond adventure. I loved it very much, and I would tell you to read it, but I would tell you to wait until it gets cheaper, because as far as the Kindle goes, it will stay there pretty much for as long as IFP wants to be there. Now, physically, I would say pick it up as soon as possible, because I don't know how many more printings they're going to do. I'm certainly going to pick me up a copy, because I wanted to join my Bond shelf. But let me know in the comments down below if you plan on reading or have read On His Majesty's Secret Service by Charlie Higgson. Let me know that in the comments down below. I would love to see Charlie Higgson write a full-fledged Bond novel after reading this. This was amazing, this was enjoyable, and I think you're all going to like it. It felt kind of contemporary yet Cold War at the same time. So that's when you know Bond's hitting all the right notes. But before I gush on too long and spoil any more of the plot, I will say, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, happy reading! I'll see you guys again soon. And peace.